Oh, Dragon Ball Super. A lot of you guys like this show. A lot of you guys know about this show. A lot of you guys probably never heard me talk about this show specifically. There was an Ultra Instinct mod on Xenoverse 2, and I can't be asked to play it, but normally that's kind of like my style. So instead, I'm going to talk about my problems with the show, because I feel like that somehow correlates with Ultra Instinct, because I'm putting it as a thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk about Ultra Instinct, but there's a lot I have to talk about beforehand before I get to that. Now, I'm not doing this video as me being a hater to the show, because I'm not. There's a lot that I like with it, but there's a lot that bugs me a little bit. That why not talk about it in an open forum type of sense, so you guys can give me your opinions and we could kind of like, you know, talk semantics. I don't know if that's the right way to use that word, but whatever. Yes, Dragon Ball Super. When I first heard of its announcement, I kind of peed a little bit everywhere actually, because you know how many of you guys are like me? Raise your hands and you just love Dragon Ball Z, everything Dragon Ball in the title. Okay, before this show, I was hoping that Dragon Ball Epsilon would have, you know, been the saving grace for my fanboyism, but it wasn't. Dragon Ball Epsilon was actually the perfect example of my relationship with my dad. Like he'll drop some stuff that makes me believe we're gonna have like a future and shit, and then he leaves. So Epsilon wasn't the future. You know, when I got the confirmation, I can't talk, that Super was gonna be a thing, it was just over. Peeing everywhere. I had kitty puddles all over my house, bro. I watched it for a little bit, have to sit through the renditions. Yeah, I made up a word, fuck off. Of the movie bits that we already seen. Like, got to the new stuff, hit Penis Head, and that was great. You know, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken was hype. Power scaling was a little bit confusing, because after when I saw that, I thought Vegeta was done. He's just not catching up again. But Vegeta finds some way to catch up in the newer arc, which kind of changed my opinion on Super altogether. It was all fun and games until the Sword of Hope came through, and this man was stealing energy from children. The pattern that I see with Dragon Ball Super nowadays is just like, you have this scaling that makes no sense. You know, back in the days when it was all fun and games and you had like the scouter to see the power level, you know, it was just a simple, you know, click and just like, oh, 9,000. I didn't know this, talk to me. You know, it was very simple. You know, not even the scouter, they had methods of being able to sense key for you to know how powerful somebody is. I felt like the Zamasu arc was where we lost that. We had no depth anymore of how strong somebody really was, because everybody's looking at perfect merge Zamasu like, oh shit, that right there? That's some trouble. And from that point onwards, it kind of just stuck with that standard of that's some trouble. I don't know, Dragon Ball Z, I guess, has always been like that with the next bad villain per season, like, you know, Cell, Frieza. It's like, what is that, you know? I just feel like it's a little bit too much. I liked having some type of depth of how strong somebody was. And I'm pretty sure someone will argue that the depth is still there after you're just gonna look at it. Well, I mean, there is a level of depth, I guess, but it's just, he got God Ki, but how strong is the God Ki? I don't know, maybe I'm just kind of going a little bit off somewhere else, but we can go back somewhere close to home, like these new Saiyans. Because my man Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans, who lets you know every time, had to sell his soul to go Super Saiyan 2, bro, the Bobbity. But back bubbles? Back bubbles and just, bitch, no! Some things that I just don't like. And it just all comes back to the scaling or power in some retrospect. And I guess back bubbles are just key for Saiyans. I guess that's how Trunks and Goten did it, the back bubbles. But calm down. Now, I am one of the few that, because I don't know if there's a lot of people like this, but I really do prefer the manga a lot over the anime, and this is opinion hour, okay? The manga at least gives you some sense of that, like you get some sort of depth, like the Zamasu arc, for instance, like I just told, was completely different how the anime went down, and they explained it in a very easy to digest way when it comes to power, and I was happy. I guess for me, what I look for in anime, since I've been kind of spoiled since watching Dragon Ball Z as a kid, is just some writing that's good. You know, sometimes I'm just starting to see that Dragon Ball Z just didn't have that oomph. You know, it's a great series and it was great for its time, but it's just, I've just been seeing so much that kind of put my standards so high. That's pretty much why I'm stressed out and mad as I am. Now, fast forwarding to the present, Ultra Instinct, that was hype. I was screaming when that was shown for the first time. And Dragon Ball Z and Super has always had that effect on me. I don't really remember having too many complaints from Z besides some of the Boo arc, but Super, as you've just seen all my complaints, but it still has that oomph, you know, that bond that won't let me escape, and it has that hype, and that's maybe just because I've been with it for so long. Maybe I maybe it's, I don't know what it is, bro. My dog's name is Goku, so that's just kind of to show how far I've fallen, but it still has something over me. And that is why I ask, why do I still watch this show? Like, I have enjoyment watching it, yes, it's still hype here and there, yes, but it makes me frustrated. And I guess for the most part, every long-running shonen that I've watched so far, like Naruto and Bleach and others I can't remember, Fairy Tail, there's just something there to love. There's just something, there's an appeal there. Except for Fairy Tail. And I think that appeal is what bonds me so heavy to Super Death Do Me Part. Something I also got to talk about because it just bothers me. Why is Jiren so ugly? Why is he so, like, he's not even cool. Like, he's not even cool at all. He has a nipple head. Like, if you legit cover his eyes and whatever, you got an alien nipple. And I'm not okay with that. That's not okay. I don't want to have, if I was a kid, you know, back in the day I had like stickers on my lunchbox and what have you. I would not want him as a sticker on my lunchbox. I don't even want that in my history on my phone. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Do you guys think Jiren looks cool? Another thing, just let me know down below. Oh, so the more I hold it, oh, that's actually kind of cool. Maybe I am sounding like a hater at this point. I don't know what it is, bro. It's literally like a love-hate relationship. Like, I feel like I love what Super did for just the conversation retrospect and just the hype value that it gives. For instance, like my barber that I have, who I haven't gone to in a while, me and him talked about Super like my first time going there, and that conversation got me a free cut. I think a Dragon Ball conversation is just more meaningful all in all compared to like a Naruto or any other anime for me personally. So Super does provide that. Even GT had that aspect going for it before it went somewhere else as well. What do you guys think too? Another question, because I'm asking you guys a lot, so make sure you talk to me. Do you guys believe that GT is better than Super? I don't think that, but some people say that a lot, you know, just trying to get... Anyway, when a show like Dragon Ball has power, like a power ceiling just so high, Goku has so many transformations, it's just going to get to a point where the next villain coming through is just like boom, boom, boom. That's kind of where we're at. That really is where we're at. And I just kind of feel like maybe it should stop, you know? Like somewhere, there should be some gray line to where, all right, this is the level of power. Now we defeat enemies by just our skill alone. You know, that would be cool. You don't gotta always flex your dick around and beat them with just having the longest penis in the land. That's kind of what I'm feeling like's happening right now with these new transformations, but whatever. I guess that's pretty much it though. I could keep on ranting for the longest time here, and I don't think it's gonna really amount to too much. But let me know what you guys think of everything I asked down below, because I really am curious of your guys' opinions. And, you know, I'll, you know, read y'all power levels of what I think and shit down below. What happens if I hold this? Oh, so it talks to you. So what if I, hold on. That's rude.